So, first question. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you studying, or what did you already study in the university? What's your major in? A little bit about that.
Okay. In preparatoria, like in Sweden, I studied what we call it the electrical program with specialization in and I studied the basics of programming there. Then after that, I've worked a bit, both with my own company, with a few colleagues, and I've been employed for about a year and a half as a web developer. Quite a bit of PHP and API interfaces, as well as doing SEO consulting, job, etc. And I have just ciencias computacionales. So I'm going to major in computer science.
Okay. So tell us about your jobs. And all the work you've done, are they related to your career? Tell us about that.
Well, basically, yes. Of course, I've had a few other part-time jobs unrelated, but what I've done so far is one internship at a Swedish company called Ericsson, but it was a long time ago. It was a bit of VB-script development. Then I had an internship in a company in Japan where I did a bit of Erlang programming. Mostly studied the language Erlang, actually. My work, like more professionally, is, well, as I said earlier, basically HTML, CSS, and PHP, with, of course, MySQL integration, etc. Building both web pages for our clients, as well as administration systems and systems interfacing with various API services. Extracting data from, for example, Google services and applying them to our customers' needs. And on top of that, also SEO, which is search engine optimization. I'm not sure if you're aware about it.
Okay, so you've done a lot.
Yeah, unfortunately not too much of app development. That's more like a hobby so far.
Yeah.
We do have a few plans, but it's only prototyping on my own behalf so far.
Well, about the apps you've done, first place, why did you like, was it just a hobby?
Well, it started off as a hobby, I should say. Curiosity about what I could make the phone do. I ended up with an HTC phone with the Android operating system on, and I wanted to see what potential it had.
What program?
Then also with my colleague.
Pardon?
No, well, it's just playing around a bit with this as a hobby, and also for my company, perhaps in the future we are going to develop a more professional app. But that's in the future plans, but I wanted to explore the possibilities.
What program do you use to make
if you're referring to IDE, I was using the Eclipse IDE with the plugins provided by Google. It's a very smooth way to work.
Okay. What kind of app is it going to be?
Well, I was playing around a bit with the map service, so to say, together with my colleagues. First and foremost, where basically you are able to save coordinates at certain times, time-stamping them, and then extracting them at a later date and kind of navigating your way back using a map, which is actually provided to you by the Google API services from the Maps API. It's kind of simplistic, just a little bit of storing locations in the phone and then connecting to the internet, so to say.
Have you only done one app, or have you done others?
The others are more like prototypes and learning how to work with the system, so to say. Trying to make different interfaces and, well, everything from Hello World and up a bit, I suppose. But no real apps, unfortunately, no, not yet.
Have you had any trouble with one particular program?
Well, it took me a little bit of time to figure out how to use the guest functionality correctly, so to say. But that's just part of an experience.
Okay, do you have like a favorite app on your smartphone you want to talk about? And why do you like to switch? And does that have to do with admiring its
well, my favorite app, that's a tough one actually. It changes quite a bit at times, but one I found great use for while I was in Sweden, for example, was a paid app called Spotify. It's actually a music service. It's kind of similar to Groove Shark or Last FM, I suppose. It's very convenient and it had functionality to, as a paying customer, you could download the songs to your cell phone, but in an encrypted format. So kind of smooth. It worked very well.
Okay. What kind of smartphone?
I have an HTC Hero.
And the benefits of that one is
well, it's not exactly a powerhouse. I got it a while ago. It's not too strong processor-wise or memory-wise, but for me, ideologically, I want to support open source software any case I can, which is why I chose that over, say, an iPhone, for example. So open source is an important thing to me, and I really believe in the future growth of especially the Android platform.
About the future of apps, what do you think it's
for me, professionally, or for Android, etc.?
Professionally.
Well, during the upcoming years, I hope to continue my studies here in Ensenada, as well as do a bit of freelancing work and keep working with my colleagues back in Sweden, developing a few projects that we have in mind here.
And what do you think about the future of Android, iPhone, BlackBerry?
Well, judging from statistics, I don't have any specific numbers right now, but it seems that during just the last few years, above anything, handheld units is what have grown most in usage during all age group, basically, and accessing the internet and everything has exploded on handheld devices. So I definitely think that there's a enormous potential for new applications and new innovative uses of the phone. I mean, we have barely yet touched upon the virtual reality aspect of it, or using it as a more like a tool in our everyday lives. So I think that it's really gonna change quite a few things in the near future, but we have yet to see.
Right. Few last questions. So you told me that you haven't installed your app on any platform.
Unfortunately, no. It's not at that level.
Why haven't you? Do you think it's more of a personal thing?
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, maybe it will be useful, but it's not. First and foremost, it's absolutely not on a level yet to be released to the public. And even if we would choose to release it, we would probably release it as open source software and perhaps push it through the Android market platform.
Okay. And are you aware of politics they have in the Android market?
I have to admit, not too much reading.
Okay. Well, and I think I already answered that. What do you think what's the role on apps right now? In present time, how important do you think apps are?
Well, it definitely depends on the user. I know already that a lot of people use their smartphone rather than, say, a GPS unit in the car, navigating to and from places, which is quite an important use. And also, it's gradually replacing iPods, etc., as music devices and, I don't know, shopping lists, etc. But it's still comparatively minor tasks towards what I hope will arrive in the future. But it's gaining more and more space as a essential tool in our daily life, definitely.
Okay, well, that's it. Thank you so much